She was only 11 years old, a child who should have been playing with dolls, giggling with friends, dreaming of her future. Instead, she found herself fighting for her wife, stabbed 14 times by a man who refused to take no for an answer. But what happened next shocked the world. As she lay bleeding, her tiny body broken, her last words were not of anger, not of vengeance, but of unimaginable mercy. I forgive him, and I want him in heaven with me. This is not just a story of murder. This is a story of miracles, of a mother's unthinkable grief, of a killer's impossible redemption, and of a little girl whose courage defied death itself. Welcome to the harrowing, heartbreaking, and ultimately holy story of Maria Goretti, the youngest saint of the Catholic Church. The turn of the 20th century was a time of upheaval. Italy, still a young nation, was fractured by poverty, political unrest, and the lingering scars of feudalism. In the rural farmlands of Coronaldo, life was a relentless cycle of dawn to dusk labor, where families survived on faith as much as bread. And in this world, on October 16, 1890, a child was born, Maria Teresa Goretti. From the beginning, Maria was different. While other children played, she prayed. While others complained, she served. And when tragedy struck her father's death from malaria, she became the rock of her family at just 9 years old. Sedimulana. God will help us. She was a child, but her soul was ancient. But darkness was coming, a darkness that would test your faith in ways no child should ever endure. To survive, the Gorettis moved in with another family, the Serenales. Giovanni Serenelli was a widower. His son Alessandro was 20 years old, nearly twice Maria's age. At first, it seemed harmless. Alessandro would make jokes, offer to help Maria with chores. But then the look started. The accidental touches, the lewd comments, the sky. Maria, though, just 11, understood exactly what he wanted. And she refused. No, Alessandro. It's a sin. God forbids it. But Alessandro wasn't used to rejection. His anger festered, his obsession grew. And then he made his move. A sweltering afternoon, Maria was alone sewing in the kitchen when Alessandro burst in. This time you won't say no. He lunged at her. She fought back, kicking, screaming, begging God for help. Then the knife. 14 stabs, 14 wounds tearing through her tiny body. Yet somehow, she survived long enough for a miracle. When rescuers found her, she whispered Alessandro, "I forgive him, and I want him in heaven." For 24 agonizing hours, doctors tried to save her. One surgeon later wrote, her injuries were beyond repair. Punctured lungs, a pierced heart. Yet she clung to life, whispering prayers between gasps. Unthinkable. But Maria's final words were not of pain. They were of mercy. And what happened next, no one could believe. Alessandro was sentenced to 30 years in prison. At first, he showed no remorse. But then Maria came to him, not in flesh. In a dream, she stood before him holding white lilies, symbols of purity. As he reached for them, they burst into flames. That night, Alessandro wept for the first time in his life. He confessed he repented. And when he was released 27 years later, he did the unthinkable. He went to Maria's mother Assunta and begged forgiveness. And in a moment that defied human nature, she embraced him and said, "If my daughter forgave you, who am I to hold a grudge?" Alessandro would spend the rest of his life as a Capuchin lay brother, tending gardens and praying for Maria's intercession. In 1950, Pope Pius IX declared Maria Goretti a saint. Her mother, Assunta, stood in the crowd, the first mother to witness her child's canonization. Over 500,000 people packed St. Peter's Square, many of them young girls holding lilies. The Pope's voice trembled as he proclaimed, "Maria Goretti is the Saint Agnes of the 20th century, a martyr not just of purity, but of divine love." Today, Maria is the patron saint of purity, abuse victims, and forgiveness. Her relics have been credited with countless miracles, from healing terminal illnesses to reconciling broken families. In a world drowning in violence, revenge in division, Maria's message is clearer than ever. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's the ultimate rebellion. Purity is not prudishness, it's a radical act of love. Mercy can transform even the darkest soul. Maria Goretti was just a child, but in her final moments, she taught the world what it means to be a saint. Not because she died pure, but because she loved when others would hate, because she forgave when others would curse. And perhaps that's the greatest miracle of all. If you believe in the power of forgiveness, share her story, because the world needs more. Maria Gorettis. Goodbye, and may her courage inspire us all. If you love this story, like and subscribe to Unseen Saints for more true crime stories about saints who lived and died for love.